Hey guys, welcome back. It's Grim Reaper calling at you for another video for Raidshadowlegends. Hopefully you're doing well and hopefully you're having a great weekend. We're back on my account because we're going to go over my Chimera team and how I've smashed my personal best in Chimera. We'll go over some tricks and some new things we're testing out, some relics we're testing out as well on my account. We're going to go through a few things and we're going to do some theory crafting as well. So as same as usual, most of my videos we'll drop all the timestamps down below so you can go ahead and skip it. So this week we've swapped out Ragnar for Duchess, and we're trying out a few things as well. So stuff like trials as well I'll also go down because I'm going to go in more detail in all this stuff. So the reason why we're using Duchess, so I have got a 6-star blessing. I know Duchess has been around a lot longer and is way more accessible, I guess, than Ragnar, right? And I wanted to test Duchess. Now I tried testing her the week before. I did find Ragnar better, but I did go up and change her build and make her a bit more adaptable. Now I will go over blessings, etc. in this video as well. But the reason why I want to use Duchess because she's got the AoE revive with the veils, and she has got the passive ability as well to reduce all AoEs. Now, we also have this as well, which is block buffs, increase attack, and perfect veils, which is amazing. She puts shields on herself as well. Got really good base stats overall. So, Duchess is still a very, very solid champion. Still S tier and a lot of content on a lot of people as well. Maybe it's not so much S tier in arena as she used to be, but that's because mythicals are just power crept her out of there. And it's kind of now allow me to use her in other areas. Fantastic champion overall. So let's go over Duchess kit and etc. I will go, obviously she's in non-piece protection on my account. I will go over some ideal sets for her for this team for people that don't have that. I know there's about a large players that don't have this gear available, but this will be good substitutes as well. I've tested, and again I will be doing a couple of more videos in the next couple of weeks and months with different gear sets and trying to reduce the requirements of my teams and the stats to 1 key Ultra Nightmare, and to share that with you guys as well. Obviously I won't keep the key for myself, but I will play with these stuff and we'll have a look at that. So let's get into the team now. Let's do a full breakdown and let's have a look at the full team overall. Okay, so you can see this is a team, hasn't changed much, just one substitute. Duchess in for Ragnar. Obviously we still have NEKMO. Last week he was in Toxic set. This week we've gone ahead and left him in his Hydra build, and obviously RIHO's in 9-piece protection built for Sandel or Phantom Shogun, but also for this, and also bring some Brimstone. Brimstone could be quite useful as some extra damage. Ferris coming in with that with the damage dealer and strip, etc. to help against Viper, increase defense as well. And then NUT is going to be dropping that NUT. I'm using 2 sets of cruelty. Now with Duchess, just a quick one. Obviously, you know, we're using polymorph on Duchess. I do like polymorph for arena, so I will keep keeping it for that for my go second teams. But I would recommend just taking Timid Presence so you can increase your speed aura overall to increase your whole team speed, which would be my recommendation. Split for a 6-star is a 35% 35% increase on her speed aura, which will be, I think it's average 17 speed if I'm not mistaken for 19. So if you add the 35, it's probably like 30 speed on all your champions, which is pretty insane. If you run that, you might be able to get all your champions to go, or some of the support champions before the boss. I think the boss is about 390, 290 or so. But I suppose we're going to take a look, right? Because Duchess has 323 in today's video. So let's go ahead. Let's go. Obviously, we've got the Duchess in 9-piece protection. We have just the Hex out, just trying out something different, to be honest. And then we have got the 9-piece protection here. We have 6-piece Merciless here. And then we have a 9-piece Slayer this week on Marius. I wanted to test out the 9-piece Slayer compared to last week. And they seem to do okay. I don't know if it was any better, if I'm honest, from his other builds. Let's go ahead and have a look. He was in a 6-piece Slayer last week, but his stats were a lot better. So we see there we're actually faster than the Chimera. NEKMO is also faster than the Chimera, which is going to be solid, and also we can see that our RIHO is also faster as well. GNUT is also faster as well. I think Marius is also going to be faster, so that's pretty solid. Overall, everyone is pretty fast, which is pretty good. It's definitely the turn meter, definitely helping with this. So let's have a look at the trials then. I'm not going to go so much into this. We're going to have a look at the trials. So the first trial, which I did actually fail because I got a little bit unlucky, was against a ram. So let's go ahead and go and look at the ram. So the ram, what we're trying to do is we're trying to put increased accuracy upon RIHO, and then RIHO to go ahead and put I think 5 or 6 debuffs for the one trial against ram. I got resisted a few times, which was annoying, or a cleanse, which is a bit annoying. NEKMO does help with that as well, but he dies, which is not ideal, but you know, it's one of them ones. I might try a toxic set. That could be an option to try and get an extra trial, but it also then will have to face more RNG against ultimate form with like the stripping, through more block buffs, etc. So yeah, you can see here we are healing against this boss, just to try and get these buffs done. You can see that I didn't put the increased accuracy up, but we only get 4 buffs now. It's one of them ones, like we got 500 accuracy on it, it seems not to be enough for that one. So that's one trial we did fail. I think there was a second trial that we failed, but I can't remember where it was. I think it was on the lion form, trying to get the counter attack off, but I just couldn't do it. We did get some trials on the lion. Obviously, lion's probably the easiest to get some trials done. So I'll see here, we'll get some trials done. And then Viper as well is pretty easy to get some Vipers done. Now I might try Lydia in this next week for a replacement for RIHO, but I'm a bit worried about the healing aspect of the champions, right? So that's one thing that I'm kind of a little bit worried about losing RIHO, because that cleanse is very vital, and the the cleanse is very nice, and the heal is massive, right? So it's one of them ones. So it's a bit risky, but the Viper can be closed down by Lydia, and Lydia also brings strengthen as well, which should be super nice. I can get in a 9-piece protection. My Lydia is also +4 fully awaken, so she's already got Christian round, which will really help with the damage in some sense, and she would probably out damage RIHO just in that. So you can see there we've got 2 trials done. We did get 5 trials done in total for this, and I think it could have been 6 or 7 if I'm being honest. So I'm gonna try a bit harder to get some more trials. So you can see here we completed the trial here, which was interesting. I don't know if that was the shield or something. I think it was the shield. I think that was the shield buff. We had to take so much shield damage, and then we completed this one as well. And then we was trying to complete this one, so you can see here we got, I think I got to like 1.2 and I think this is where trying the like the hex might help here, not too sure. Or trying out the counterattack from GNUT. But now if we use the counterattack, that makes a master set having to put any of the skills on cooldowns, which is the bummer of that, which is why I'm thinking I might just play the counterattack against this next week and test it, see if we get extra trial here. And the other trial was against the ram. So those are 2 trials that we were missing to try and get that, because GNUT can do some damage on an A2 and on the A1. Now I will build no accuracy into him because we don't need the decrease attack, or 2 decrease attack champions already, which is not really needed. So there were kind of the trials there. And then obviously the other trials came against the Viper, if I'm not mistaken, which is going to be here. So you can see here, trying to complete this one, I believe. This one Lydia can do, but again, we don't have Lydia, so, or anyone we're blocked out of skill. Yeah, it says number 3 from the Viper, which is pretty nifty. We did get 5 in total. Was that trial number 4? There's trial number 4. And then where is this one going to come? So we'll try out the next trial. decrease accuracy. Yeah, so I don't think we can do any more trials. I did 2 trials there. I did notice actually RIHO can reflect the poison cloud back to him. Sorry, the poison sense. RIHO can reflect the poison sensitivity and reflect the poisons back. So you might be able to do that other challenge with RIHO from a passive ability. I don't know how you'll time it, but it's doable because we did get some damage off, and that's where the damage has come from. Because when he goes from ultimate form straight through to the Viper form, they take that turn, obviously, the strip and cleanse. I don't try and buff up or anything. Now, I like to do my runs on manual, but I have been doing videos throughout these with auto, and I'll share the presets as well if I can, if it's a selected overall. So you can see here, overall, we've got plenty of buffs. And you can see that the poison sensitivity is actually coming from RIHO's passive ability where it self-cleanses and reflects it back. So back to the target anyway. I'm not too sure if this is where we get that one from. No. Okay, so where do we get trial number 5? So you can see here, I did start playing the counter-attack abilities from GNUT, but you can see here we basically halfway. So this needs to be kind of looked at from player room because like we're halfway and we're only at 270 there. Okay, so we do get the 5th one here, which is against Lion form as well. I think that's gonna be on the hard one. Let's have a look at what happens. Okay, so we did complete the ability that would not count from the max HP. So we did complete it, I think, from their counterattacks. The counterattacks definitely helped anyway, which was very, very useful. I think that's where it came from. I'm not too sure, but that was a very useful trial. And that's where the 5th trial come from on my team, which is pretty nice. So I can get 6. 6 with the RAM one with the increased accuracy overall. I don't think we get any more. I do think we get close, but I don't think we get any more. Anyway, so let me go ahead and run this throughout the whole run. You guys can enjoy this. We've enjoyed the music as well. Hopefully I'm not chatting too much, and then I'll share all the builds with you guys after this. Okay, so we smashed my personal best. My personal best last week, if I'm not mistaken, was 117 million on Ultra Nightmare with Ragnar in here. If you don't have Duchess and you're looking for a Ragnar, I will drop that down below. We do 1.9 billion for this, which is amazing because it takes me very close to 3.2. 3.2 is my target for the Clash because if you finish first or second, you want to try and get them mythical gemstones, which are very, very powerful. So let me go ahead, show you all the gear. Damage is very, very nice. Obviously, we can make this a bit better if we take cruelty on Marius, because again, the Soul Reaper doesn't actually do anything if the boss is at 0 HP. You kind of got to time your run at a certain point if you want that. And when you're in a competitive clan like SP, it's impossible. Plus, when you're making content anyway. So Soul Reaper definitely not for this boss, but for Arena, which is where my joys are really, is all my stuff is aimed at live Arena and P vs P. So I'm not going to change that for the Chimera, unfortunately. Right, let's get into the gear and etc. and I'll show you all the stats and builds. Okay, so we'll start with the start of the show. We have Duchess in a 9-piece protection. We've got some oil coming in. I do have to take this from a few of my arena champions like Sifi and Arbiter to kind of get this stat. So you can see here we've got really good HP, defense, and speed. They're the only 3 things that I'm worrying about with these stats. Got no Renix or bonuses yet. After I've done Hydra, actually, I will be saving up for the bonuses. They haven't confirmed if they're going to do it or not. I will guarantee they will do it, but I think they'll drop it in a year or so. So I'm actually going to just keep all the medals ready for that, because after that, I don't really have anything else other than maybe Curse City, finish off Curse City, potentially, so I can build full auto teams. You can see here the masteries are actually just live arena masteries, so I wouldn't recommend this, but you could go with Tiny Intervention to increase this, or you can also go Bulwark if you wanted a bit of extra swipeability. Maybe you can use this as well with the Blessing, with the Renix that can give you extra damage on your GNUT, which might be a good idea to take. We can try that. Schnorny and a 6-piece bolster for me, and triple reaction. And then for blessings, actually for Duchess, I would recommend, there is only 2, I think, that could really kind of make sense to take, 3 really. That would be the Intimate Presence, which would be my choice. Second choice probably would be the Fall of Wrath, maybe for extra survivability. I don't feel like that's still a good one, but I think it's probably doable. And then Mercy Heal, but again, I feel like it's a waste because it only heals her, and she didn't really have much problems with her and Rio. I guess if you don't have a healer, potentially this will make Duchess a bit better because this is a lot of healing. But you can also put her in regen. I think if you don't have a 9-piece protection, you either go 6-piece protection or a regen set. I think these 2 sets would work very, very well and just focus on the same stats as well for her, especially if you're not running a Rio. So let's take a look at my Rio. She's built for Sun Devil and Phantom Shogun, so got good speed. I would like some more defense and HP, and we've got reasonable accuracy. Now, again, it's just one of them ones. I would like a bit more accuracy on her, but right now I can't. I actually might actually use one of Renix to swap onto her. I think we got a Renix that I just put on this week onto one of my champions, so it can give me some more accuracy. Yeah, so I can drop this one on her, maybe potentially for some more accuracy. 20 accuracy is quite a bit. You can see here I've already put some of these to work, mainly on arena champions, which I'll probably go through for another video. I think Brimstone is very useful on at least one champion. You could also go Cruelty on her, and then ideally you're going War Master because she can do quite a bit of damage, but right now I'm running Eagle Eye. I think if they change that, I would probably go War Master, have a second Rio I could build for Phantom Shogun. If I dedicate her to Chimera, I haven't dedicated anyone to Chimera yet because there's still a lot of testing to do and etc. Then we have NEKMO, which is a Hydra build. I've just left him in this because haven't really worked out what I'm going to do with him yet. Could go 9-piece protection because I do have that as availability, but again, to be honest, like increased speed is the only one. Ferald would be way more better. Cruelty is definitely a way to go, or Brimstone for the blessing. all Crushing Realm, I guess, all Nature of Wrath, if you have a 6-star. And then these are the masteries that we're running. These are just typical Hydra masteries. So to increase the decreased speed on the boss, to have an extra 5% chance for the decreased attack, which is very, very useful. Again, you could go Toxic Set. Let's have a look at the stats then. So we've got good speed, good HP, good defense. We do have crit cap, and we're at 451 for accuracy. Again, you should be at 500 for Ultra Nightmare, so that's some adjustments that I will probably need to do. I don't have Feral set additionally at the moment, but I do have protection. So I guess if we had a Feral set at 9-piece and I can get stats, we could test it, right? Anyway, let's have a look at Marius. And Marius has gone into a 6-piece into a 9-piece. I've lost quite a bit of speed, and I'm gonna be honest, and I lost quite a bit of damage and accuracy from changing from 6-piece to 9-piece. So he was around about 260, I think, last week, which is making me think he still might be better in a 6-piece overall, because I can't remember. I have to compare damage. We've got good HP, we've got good defense, we've got really good, fairly good speed, right? But we have got good speed aura as well. We have got crit cap to critical damage. We can see here we're using a relic to increase our critical damage, because the player just don't seem to offer me a level 3 or level 4 for my Marius right now. So I've been waiting for 2 months for both of them. I've got the resources to do it. They just don't want to offer it. So Soul for me would be the Live Arena one, but again, I would probably suggest Cruelty if you want to focus on its content. And then I've actually gone with the where it has a 20% chance to deal 10% more damage, which is increased by another 10% for that level. Which for now, there is other ones that are better, but for now, that's why we use. I'm saving up my epics, legendaries, and stuff. This where we also have a 1% one to destroy max HP. I've took this for Live Arena, to be honest. I thought, why not? So I dropped that on yesterday or the day before. These are the masteries for Live Arena. But again, there is definitely masteries you can take overall, like Heart of Glory, Single Out, and Bring It Down. These are much better masteries for Chimera to increase your damage overall. And I think even 9-piece Merciless could be a better set, or 6-piece Merciless, than the Slayer, personally, from my own kind of talking to other clanmates. But I did put mine on GNUT for now. So GNUT has a 6-piece Merciless. 1-piece would be fairly good, but I've got one refresh piece, and we have a 4-star Blessing on them, which makes easier to build. So you can see here, we have a whopping 316 critical damage, 266 speed, good defense, again increase defense, and then good HP. He heals himself already, so we don't need Life Drinker. I would take Life Drinker on Marius, by the way. We don't actually need any accuracy, because I don't need them for his A2 abilities. All the stuff can still be juiced up as well from the stats overall. So these are the masteries which we use for Fire Knight 10. So again, it's not being additional to that. I haven't added a relic yet, but there is a lot of options that you could use for extra damage. This is something that you could abuse, maybe. I don't know if this will work with the Blessing, if I'm being honest. This could work if you take, like with Duchess, if you take Bolt Work. I think this would work, because Bolt Work works. I don't know how it's coded. Maybe that's a question for Saf, but that could be an interesting thing to kind of take. Or just, you could even probably test it with the damage, right? But there is definitely better relics to take for both characters. But if you don't have them right now, just use what you've got, right? Because you can never say no to extra stats. And overall, that's what I'm kind of thinking, right? I think I've gone through everyone's gear. If I've missed anything, I am going to try and drop a link down below with the how he's optimized, so you can have a look at a couple of builds, etc. Or you can just ping me in Discord and I'll send you the copy of the builds. I guess that's it for the video. It's been a long one. I appreciate you guys sticking to the end. Hopefully you enjoy this. Again, as usual, please remember to like, comment, subscribe. I've been Grim. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.